and dedication to students with special needs, especially during a recent medical emergency in which McKinney rode with the student to the hospital and stayed until their parents had arrived. Principal Sheila Gann also praised McKinney's ability to build meaningful relationships with students and help them achieve academic success. Both honorees were recognized for their exceptional service and positive impact on the school community. More local news is just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
Planning a move? McMinnville Moving and Storage has been trusted for over 60 years. Licensed, insured, and offering free quotes. Visit us at McMinnvilleMoving.com today. McMinnville Moving and Storage. Moving your past to your future.
Today will be sunny skies with a high near 71. Tonight will be partly cloudy skies with a slight chance of showers and a low around 52. Fun fact, in some deserts, like the Atacama Desert in Chile, it can go years without rain. Yet when it does rain, flowers bloom in massive, colorful waves almost overnight. Until next time, keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
It's time for Simmons Says, the show that brings Warren County the latest news and stories from around the community. Hosted by Jeff Simmons, this program dives into everything from local events to major headlines. Stay tuned and stay informed.
Hello and welcome to the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. I'm so locked in focused because you always say my head's down, so I'm locked in. And then I
didn't know what you're doing. I thought you were having a stroke for a second.
No, I look every time I say WBMC. There's this sticker right here to make sure I'm like, oh, WBMC, and then it says 9:60 a.m. So I'll start reading and I'm like, no, it's not 9:60 a.m.
We still have a 9:60 a.m.
But this is 97.7 FM. That's true. Listening on. So if you're out there listening on the radio, you're listening to 97.7 FM, or you're on WBMC app, and you're taking it everywhere, or all around the globe,
or on the website, or
you're on Facebook, YouTube, hey, in fact, you've already heard the sounds because it's Friday, which means it's Father and Son Friday here on the Simmons Says show. And I'm going to put him on the spot because I think he might have been joking, but I'm just going to let him. Dad said there's a prepared statement that he needs to offer at the start of the Simmons Says show. So, by all means, take the floor.
It's a very brief statement. It's just an FYI. This DIML is TLDR, but I did want to discuss your OOTD, LOL. I have terrible FOMO, TBH. But you know, IRL, YOLO. So, BOGO, what you can. That's my opening statement. Based on what I learned this week, I'm really trying to expand my vocabulary.
You expanded it by going back to learning letters?
That's right. I'm abbreviating
This deserves
everything.
applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Who wrote that for you? Come on.
Chat GPT.
Hey.
That got me, man.
Hey.
But, you know, your new intern, she really taught me a lot of new words, so.
Did you know what OOTD was?
I had no clue.
Well, apparently
I don't even know what half of what I just said means.
What about what was it? O Block, O Drive?
O Drive, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, do you know what?
I have no idea.
No, we're still. I mean, like if you want to nickname Chicago to us, we're still probably going to end up calling it the Windy City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that too much?
Chi-Town.
Yeah, Chi-Town. Yeah, like is that too much? Yeah, I don't know.
That's as far.
That I thought that was still the nickname. Have we moved on? Is Chi-Town or the Windy City just not enough? We had to come up with a new one.
People just like change sometimes, Jeff.
Hey, fair, understandable. Well, we're going. Hey, OOTD. It looks like we kind of both got on the same page. We got to wear a little orange today.
Well, I think I've worn orange every time I've been on.
You
your
really
show.
have. In fact, someone told me they're like, you need to step up your orange game on Fridays with your dad.
There you go.
So I was like, okay, fine. I'll find some Tennessee gear. Of course, they made us proud yesterday.
Yes, they did.
Now your orange is not actually Tennessee orange right now, which is kind of in the middle of Tennessee orange and the burnt orange.
That's right.
So I don't know, but hey.
It's more like a Clemson orange, I guess.
Okay, well, I mean,
but it's orange.
If that's how you want to play it,
it's big orange.
Okay. Well, hey, big time win for them, and of course, Seth and I will have another rivalry weekend because Tennessee will be playing Vanderbilt in the SEC tournament semifinals believe at noon tomorrow on Saturday.
I didn't see the time. I'll look it up today.
I think it's noon. I think it's either noon. It's one of those ones where I either get in my head it was noon because it said 1 Eastern, or it's actually 1 o'clock, and I'm just assuming that it was 1 Eastern.
I figured going back to my opening statement, it'd be TBD.
TBD.
Yeah.
See how it goes. Well, Dad, jump right into it. What did we have this weekend? Or what did we have this week? Apparently, me not being able to talk was is probably something we need to put high on the list.
You need to slow down.
Slow down.
Slow it down. Concentrate.
I don't do that.
Chill out.
Yeah,
Relax.
That's not good radio. I got to be talking to my own minute. Have you listened to Chris Owens on Wednesday night? Gotta make things happen.
I always wonder what's in those blue bottles when I watch you guys on Wednesday. I mean,
it is the sweet Mountain Cove water.
Oh, I understand that, but what's in Mountain Cove water is what I want to know.
Just water, I hope.
You hope, but you always wonder.
I drink Diet Coke all the time.
Whenever they color a bottle so that you can't see what actually is inside, then you kind of wonder what's inside the bottle.
Yeah. Well, I our guy Jim Carden, I think he does. I think it's just water. I think we're in good shape.
That's what I told the officer too, Jeff.
It's Blue Magic.
Fair. Oh,
that's what it is. Wow. Blue Magic Elixir.
Okay. I've seen American Gangster. What did we miss on? What did we get right this week, Dad? Give us a little bit of coaching, because like we said on Father and Son Friday, we can make sure bring in the coach and make sure we're doing everything by the book over here on the Simmons Says
We've
show.
had an interesting week, have you not?
Yeah, man. It's ebbed and flowed. I mean, at this point now, I'm almost sitting here trying to struggle about like where did the week even start?
Yeah, I can tell that. But you've got a new intern working for you, and I think that's going to work out really well. It seems like she's really on top of things.
Yeah, Elena's great.
Yeah.
Great. In fact, I think she's actually, as we speak, around with the Meals on Wheels and Mayor Raul Chastain. They were having their meeting powwow / I think Mayor Chastain's going to be doing the ride along. So I think Elena's just right there with them.
Yeah,
going to be doing some reporting and everything like that, doing some videos. So
that's really good.
She's dynamite, man. She's great.
Yeah.
And hey, asking some pretty tough questions too.
Oh yeah.
She ain't scared.
I thought she did pretty well.
I thought she did really well.
Yeah, she acquitted herself well. I was going to ask her if she's going to be here today why she wanted to be a sideline reporter. That the first time that I heard her say that, I was like, man, you want to be the person that goes to the coach at halftime and said, hey, coach, what are you going to do to get back in this game?
Yeah. Now, did you find out now that after she asked a couple of questions, you're like, I don't think her interviews were going to go like. I wonder what she would ask like a Nick Saban coming off, because she's fearless.
Oh, yeah, she may be fearless, but Nick Saban doesn't care.
That's fine. But
and most coaches don't care.
That's fine. But in some aspects, I would still welcome a sideline reporter that isn't going to throw the like you said, well, what are we going to do to get better in the second half?
Yeah.
So, hey, why were you playing cover 3 right there when it was pretty obvious that you were getting roasted?
I'm not really sure that you want to ask a technical question like that because, well, yeah, I understand what you're saying. That's the right question to ask.
Yeah.
But the answer you get may be like a blue streak.
That'd be fun. Hey, it's something.
That's for me to know and you to find out, young lady. Yeah. Kind of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought she did really well, and I think she's going to contribute a lot to the show.
Yeah, I think so too. Good. And I think anything else that we did this week? I mean,
the interview with Ryle, the whole thing was just really fascinating to me. When you talk about leadership, because you're in a position of leadership, right?
I mean,
as a coach.
Yeah.
And you coach, leadership is not easy.
No.
And having a job in the public domain is definitely not easy. And I think everybody needs to understand that, take a step back. See, but the thing that always strikes me about what those people talk about is they never stop to think. They ask for that job.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody said, oh, hey, we want you to do this job, and here's the requirements, and you do this.
You sought this one out.
You sought that job out.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you get questioned like that, you need to take those questions.
Yeah. And I applaud him for the fact that, look, it could have been really easy for him to just say, look, I'm going to handle this with Meals on Wheels, straight with Meals on Wheels on Friday. He had already set up the appointment and said, I don't really have to answer anymore. I'll answer their questions. They're obviously the people that wanted that. Now, but the public I think the public wanted more than that.
Absolutely.
And that's why he came in here and sit in the chair. And I think that, obviously Elena asked him, I think, some pretty pointed, tough questions there at the end. I asked him about decorum and did he feel like he might have crossed the line a little bit on that? And I think he admitted that what he said probably went a little bit too far.
Right.
With his conversation with Jeremy Hamilton. So I think he gave some ground, and I think he stood his ground on a couple of different topics there. And I think that's what you would kind of want from a leadership prospect. The one that I think Chris Sullins pointed out, though, is you can't run from it when you cause it.
Right. And
and let's be honest, he was in the seat not because we're having a debate on whether or not Meals on Wheels is worthy of getting the $10,000 they asked for. We're having that discussion because you openly question a little bit of what they're doing, how they're doing it.
And I agree with that. But the thing about it is I think everybody would say Meals on Wheels is worthy.
Yeah.
Okay. What we didn't get is an explanation of why they weren't put in the budget. We got a few little things in there, but the bigger question is why is it only 4% of the budget for nonprofit?
I found out that I believe that it's been lowered. I think it went from 5% to 4%.
Okay, but
after I found that on the show.
But why is it 4%? What's the rest of the budget, and why does that budget? Why can't we put more into nonprofit?
Yeah.
So that'd be the first question I ask. And then the other thing is whenever you do make all the allocations, you need to do a good job of explaining why. Not only why Meals on Wheels wasn't included, but why everything that was included was included.
Yeah, I mean, when I think the word arbitrary was used yesterday, and I think that was the word that you took a little bit of.
Yes.
Like when you started messaging me, especially later yesterday afternoon, and I sit there and you didn't say it. But I'm like, he did not like the word arbitrary used yesterday.
I don't like that at all.
Hey, we got to take a break real quick on the Simmons Says show, and then we're going to continue this conversation with my dad. And you can, join us on WBMC 97.7 FM. We'll be back.
Please do.
It's the Ben Lomond Security Red Alert Special. Grab a free combination smoke, heat, carbon monoxide detector with your new Ben Lomond Security service. This is close to a $200 value for free. When anything is detected, the combo detector triggers all other detectors audibly and visually in the system to quickly alert your family or coworkers. Feel more secure at home or the office knowing that Ben Lomond Security works around the clock for you. For a free quote and design layout, contact your local Ben Lomond Connect office or visit benlomondconnect.com. Some exclusions may apply. License number 1560.
This is Mandy Stone. In 2007, I started the Clean Machine as owner and operator. Today, we have grown to be one of the largest janitorial and maid services in the area. We treat your factory, office, rental, or home with the same care and detail. We offer a wide range of services to meet your needs. We never subcontract. We proudly serve Warren, Coffee, Cannon, White, Rutherford, DeKalb, and Grundy counties. Call me today for your personal quote at 931-808-5178. We're the professionals with a personal touch. Call the Clean Machine today.
I'm Rob Nunley, Editor-in-Chief of the Main Street Journal. When you want the stories that matter to you, the Journal's bringing all the local coverage you crave, and we're bringing it straight to your screen every day. If you want to stay in the know about local politics, sports, events, and more, the Journal's experienced staff of reporters is your go-to source. So visit mainstreetjournal.llc to subscribe today for unlimited access to all our local content. Check out the Journal. Once again, that's www.mainstreetjournal.llc. Subscribe now.
At Pioneer Building Supply, we're your one-stop shop for lumber, tools, and building supplies. Whether you're tackling a major renovation or just need a few materials for a small project, we've got you covered. From framing to finishing touches, we have the products and expertise to help you get the job done right. Stop by and see us today at 231 Northgate Drive, Suite 250, McMinnville, or give us a call at 931-473-7777. Our friendly, knowledgeable team is always ready to help you with whatever you need for your next project. For 50 years, Pioneer Building Supply has been the trusted name in construction materials. We've built our reputation on quality, service, and the commitment to your success. Pioneer Building Supply, building your dreams since 1975.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Pioneer Building Supply, where good business makes good friends.
Pioneer Building Supply.
Need service for your Ford but short on time? Hi, I'm Service Manager Jordan Shank at Reddick Brown Ford, where we make it easy with complimentary pickup and delivery. Whether it's routine maintenance or repairs, we'll come to you, take care of your vehicle, and bring it right back, all without interrupting your day. Experience stress-free service from a name you trust. Schedule your appointment now at ReddickBrownFord.com. Reddick Brown Ford, where convenience meets quality care.
Hello and welcome back to the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. I am Jeff Simmons, your host. It's Father and Son Friday. I don't know why I was about to say Tuesday. Father and Son Tuesday. Man, I'm way off the. Maybe I am. Maybe I do need to go get it checked.
Maybe.
What's going on right now?
It has been a very different week.
It has been a super
very different.
You not been in Namaste, Jeff?
Yeah, I need to go check my T level. Hey, on Simmons Says program is brought to you in part by Douglas Lanier Agency, your hometown insurance experts, specialized experts. Goodness gracious. Slow down. Specializing in commercial coverage for agriculture, contractors, and workers' comp. They protect businesses big and small. Trust a team that knows hard work. Smart coverage, straight talk. That's Douglas and Lanier.
Where's the jingle?
Douglas and Lanier.
811 Faulkner Springs Road, 474-0044. Let's get to the comments real quick. Joe Schoolfield says the city budget and finance meeting was streamed and is online. They have some detailed info on the allocations. Would be interested to dig in and get a good understanding of the breakdown. You like watching video,
I do.
You like watching everything on YouTube? Go check it out this weekend.
I will do that.
Yep. And then, of course, we had Don Wilton. I'd like to hear from the members of the finance committee rather than assume tactic agreement. Is that? I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Tacit.
I think tacit.
Tacit. Yeah. Don Winton. I apologize. I can't even speak anymore.
Did you think it was an acronym?
I knew that wasn't right. I was like, that's not tactic. I was like, man, she's speaking way over my head.
It's not final.
Yeah. Said maybe you could get them on the show because they don't want to assume agreement with the mayor's statements on Meals on Wheels. So maybe get some of the members of the finance committee. Great idea. Hey, we try to do what the people want. And Jonathan Hutton. Hey, Jonathan Hutton. It's a big time name right there.
Hey.
He's got his own little radio. Not a little radio show, big radio show up there in Nashville. Keep up the great work on the shows. Both are always recommended to me on the timeline, and I check in from time to time. Hey, appreciate you, Hutton. Hey,
Big fan of Jeff Simmons.
We go back.
Y'all dug coal together.
I don't know if we dug coal together, but we played tackle football on Sundays out at Vervilla for a couple of years.
I remember that.
And
I remember he coming home with scratches everywhere and torn clothes.
Those are ripped up
grass
shirt.
stains everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Emily loved that.
So, yeah. You said you wanted to get right back into the same topic because I think that.
Well, first I got to ask a question.
Go.
When are we going to get our own disclaimer? I want a disclaimer.
You want a disclaimer now?
Yeah, the views of this old man are his and his alone.
Well, there you go. You did your own disclaimer.
A
Good
well-intentioned old man with a bad memory.
Did a good job with it. I appreciate that. Not bad. Not bad. You could do a good job.
Well, which one of your two disclaimers do you like better? I heard two different ones on Wednesday night. Which one do you like better?
I think that one of them was. I'm going to say the one that was on the Sports Authority that was posted as if I wrote it. Yeah, I need to. So I think next time they need to give me a little bit more heads up, so I read it as if I actually did that I had written it.
Right.
I was like, we were in a blink twice if you're not being held hostage situation when I was reading that because I was like, as I got to the last sentence, I'm like, I'm supposed to be reading this like I wrote, like I was the one actually saying it. I was like, you gotta tell me these things, folks. I didn't know.
Well, I heard two different ones. I can't remember which one of them that Sullins liked the best, but
the one that I think that we're not about controversy, we're about conversation.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I think Sullins really laughed at that one.
Because it probably should say the opposite.
I think our conversations. I don't think that we really are about trying to create controversy. We try to parse out the controversy,
right?
And I think that's what we were doing. And I think that's what.
So it is
happened
about controversy.
Yeah, but it's not about. But it's not about creating.
Not to create it. That's
yeah.
right. Now, see, that would be a better way to say that.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what happened yesterday on WBMC in totality, because we had the Meals on Wheels representatives at Town Talk, and then we had the mayor on Simmons Says.
Right.
And then now they're going to be together, and we're going to do a little bit more reporting today on that. And I think that's, like I said, that's to me is A, good radio, but B, good journalism. Like, hey, let's get everybody to the table, let's get everybody talking, and then when we move, so we go there. So
it's good governance.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
I mean, getting everybody together. That's what you're supposed to be doing as a community.
Yeah.
That's what government is like.
Yeah, and then someone asked, "Do you have a show with Clay Travis also on this same station?" I think Jonathan Hutt. I think that's Clay and Buck that come on WBMC because I listen to it from time to time. But hey,
it's later on in the afternoon.
Yeah, and Hutton. I mean, hey, Hutton's big time, man. He's a big time guy.
Yeah, he's done very well for himself.
He's paving the way. He's paving the way for these local radio guys.
Another good Warren County graduate.
And we have a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hey, go through with your leadership talk here because I know we're going to have to get to Braxton and Nick after the break.
Okay. Well, you know, for me, I've always talked to you about this, and I know that you know this because you are a coach, and that is a leadership position, even as an assistant coach. But leadership starts from the top. But it has to work its way all the way down to the bottom, and it has to come all the way back up for anything to be effective. You can't lead from the top down only. You know, everything has to be explained all the way down to the very base for everything to be effective. Everybody needs to understand. But at the same time, not everybody is going to agree with every decision that's made. That's what makes leadership tough.
Yep.
And you have to be able to explain to people why you're doing what you're doing in a good way. Now, are you not that way in basketball?
Yeah, I always try to make sure that we have LC. I always talk about with our kids LCA. You got to listen, comprehend, and apply. Right. But it starts with listening. And I need to know that there's a span of you've heard it. You understand what I'm trying to communicate to you, and then you're going to be able to apply it. So they know what my expectation is of them from the very start, and that starts with the listening part of it. And then because if they don't understand that, then I've not gotten the first step. We've not even gotten through the first step yet.
Right. But do you just apply that to the 5 people that are starting?
No.
It's the whole team.
Yep.
The whole team, because you know that eventually the people that aren't starting could be starting. You know, not maybe next year, or it could be the year after.
Yep.
So everybody has to understand, and the better the understanding is for everybody and the buy-in and the acceptance, the better everything is run.
Yep.
And it's the same way with government. And leaders can't have thin skin.
No.
They have to be able to listen when people can complain, but they have to be able to form a consensus. And that even if you don't like the decision, you have to understand the decision.
Yes.
And I think that's the hardest part of governing. And that was a good thing about, like you said, that you did last Friday, getting everybody together,
yep.
And trying to make sure that we parse everything out. And as you guys pointed out several times the other day, nothing is final. That's right.
A lot can still change.
A lot can change.
And do you think that there probably is going to be some things that change on that?
It sure sounded like it from the tenor of the conversation the other day that there were going to be some changes. But again, the first question I'd ask is, why is it 4%? I mean, there was all this talk about how things have improved over the last 5 years, how McMinnville has grown. Well, if McMinnville has grown, then the budget probably has grown.
Yep. Oh, well, that was brought up, and there's more tourism revenue and all that. So I think there's always going to be opportunities for that. And again, the one thing that I would try to stress about, like when they set that allocation, and then all of a sudden you have all these nonprofits, and everybody's asking, and when that totality of asking price becomes more than what you can give, then like when people are saying, well, you didn't give to this one or this one, I'm like, hey, I really don't want to put these nonprofits in the boxing ring and say, hey, y'all just got to fight over it. It's like everybody's there because they're all trying to do something big there. Yeah. Dad?
Yes, sir.
We've gotten to a stopping point today.
Okay.
Want to pass along a little bit about what a off-topic but important comment from Joe Schoolfield said, heard a certain Senior Simmons might enjoy the cigars.
Oh, yes.
Said, and
Definitely
they could maybe be persuaded to show up on an outdoor Friday Simmons Says show and have some controversial conversations.
Oh, over a cigar?
We might. We're gonna take the show outdoors on that one. We'll see how it goes. Dad, love you. Appreciate you coming in, and
love you too, son.
We're gonna come back with Nick Stern and Braxton Womack and talk a little bit about Spring Fling. Can they defend their title? Again, we want to make sure we thank our sponsor, Douglas and Lanier. That's where I want to be. I know you can't play the jingle right now because you're trying to get the bumper music. 811 Faulkner Springs Road, 4740044. We'll be back on the Simmons Says program.
Just remember, folks, governing is not easy, but it's worth it.
Talk Radio, WBMC News is next.
Warehouse Discount Grocery serving McMinnville and Warren County with the best meats, freshest produce, and the best prices on all your favorite groceries. Listen to these great specials. Fresh 73% lean ground beef family pack, $3.69 a pound. Boneless ribeye steaks family pack, $13.99 a pound. And fresh chicken leg quarters sold in 10-pound bag, 69 cents. Be sure to check out the full-service deli featuring meats from Charter Reserve, open 7 days a week at 835 Smithville Highway. That's Warehouse Discount Groceries, or WDG.
In the Main Street Journal News, the West Warren Viola Utility District earned top honors at the 2025 Region 4 Best Tasting Water Competition, dethroning the City of McMinnville Water Department, which held the title for the past 2 years. The event, hosted at the Park Theater, was part of the Tennessee Association of Utility Districts' quarterly region meeting. Judges evaluated entries based on taste, clarity, and smell, selecting West Warren as the regional winner from among utilities in 13 counties. As a result, West Warren advances to the statewide contest at the TAUD Annual Conference, with a chance to compete nationally at the Great American Water Taste Test in Washington, D.C. All travel costs for the national event are covered by TAUD. West Warren General Manager Kelly Cantrell praised her team's dedication to providing clean, healthy water. The regional meeting also served as a forum for networking and sharing legislative updates. More local news is just a click away at mainstreetjournal.llc. Until next time, I'm Rob Nunley.
Make the places you care about more comfortable and energy efficient with TVA Energy Right. It all starts at EnergyRight.com, where you can find everything you need to lower your energy usage for your home or your business. Contact Caney Fork Electric Energy Advisors Dale or Chris at 931-473-3116 or go to EnergyRight.com to start living and working more energy efficiently. Caney Fork Electric along with EnergyRight.com for all your energy needs. Brought to you by Caney Fork Electric Cooperative and TVA.
Come by Coffee Bank and Trust today and start earning better interest and better cash back on your primary checking account. Pair it with our Better Together Saver account and maximize your earnings. If you want better rates and better returns on your money, stop by and see us today at Coffee Bank and Trust, a division of Coffee County Bank, member FDIC.
Today will be sunny skies with a high near 71. Tonight will be partly cloudy skies with a slight chance of showers and a low around 52. Fun fact, in some deserts, like the Atacama Desert in Chile, it can go years without rain. Yet when it does rain, flowers bloom in massive, colorful waves almost overnight. Until next time, keep shining. This is Tisha with your weather.
One more night, one more down, one more.
Hello and welcome back to the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. Hey, I got two guys at the table right now who are not looking for at least one more round. Looking for at least 2 rounds. 2 rounds of perfect golf.
Thank you for reminding me there's 2 people at the table because I've just got Nick in the.
Oh man, don't do Braxton like that, man. He's the anchor of the team. Come on now.
Have him.
Hey, we have Braxton Womack and Nick Stern here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Spring Fling. Before we get into that, I want to make sure we thank our sponsor, Reddick Brown Ford, with the Power Stroke Power. Vroom vroom. 5917 Manchester Highway, Morrison, Tennessee. Make that short drive to 55 to Morrison and visit Reddick Brown, which has the largest selection and best prices of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. One thing that neither one of y'all are going to want to be doing today, or actually tomorrow and Sunday. Y'all got y'all's practice round today, though.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hit short drives this week, I'm guessing. We're going to give it a turn. Pull your mic to you, Braxton. Make sure that everybody can hear you on that. Guys, what's the strategy to become back-to-back champions at the Spring Fling? Well, we got I counted 54 teams. Is there 55? I'm missing one?
No, I think a team dropped out.
Okay, so we're at 54. I went back. That's a pretty big number. A couple years ago, it was 50. I don't think it was quite there. So we're looking at maybe like 5 11-team flights. Yeah. So I think the first goal is make it to the championship flight. Absolutely. The second goal, win the championship. What's going to be the number that y'all need on Saturday to get into the championship flight, do you think?
7, 8 under.
7 or 8 under?
Yeah.
What do you think, Braxton?
I agree. We normally kind of shoot ourselves in the foot the first day, and we have to shoot nothing the second day. So
yeah,
make it a little easier on ourselves. 8 under would be good.
How do we fix that? Because I mean, legitimately, I think that's I have my Spring Fling story, my preview, kind of ready to go, and I think I even made that mention is if y'all could be pretty good on Saturday, then you won't have to work too much on Sunday. How do we improve that? Because y'all really tore this up in the last 10 holes last year to really make this happen?
Yeah.
How can y'all apply that 10 holes to 36 holes?
I don't know. I don't know if I stay out too late or what, but I've got to get something going early the first round because we always start off slow, and I'm getting tired of doing that.
Do you think that that's why they still have like the Big Friday shindig? Is just to slow you down in particular?
100%.
Have you not been able to convince him? Hey, man, for 2 days, for Friday and Saturday night of the Fling, let's just get a good night's sleep.
He's tried it both ways. The one time he didn't do anything, he was ornery the next morning. So he's got to go out and have a good time.
Oh, okay, so you just play through it. Yeah. Is kind of the idea, guys. You've been close. You started pairing up when 2022 was last year. Y'all's third year together. Or was it 20? Or is this the
2021? I think.
Yeah, I think this is 4.
Okay, so this is 4. Got over the hump last year. Do you feel like any kind of pressure now that you are the champs? Because hey, Nick, there's still people I'm sure giving you a little bit of a hard time about the top 5 golfer list. The last time you sit in that,
they're
chair.
Still talking about it.
Yeah. So is there any more pressure this year, or do you feel like or is it different? You're kind of like have an air of confidence, like, hey, we did it. We didn't play our best last year.
Yeah, I feel like we finally got the monkey off our shoulders, so it's just go and do it, have fun now. Don't have to stress about it.
Braxton feeling pretty confident going into it?
Yeah, I agree. Now that we've got one, maybe the floodgates open.
Yeah. What time's the practice round today?
It's teeing off at 11:50.
11:50. Y'all who are y'all going out with?
Tucker Lynn, Grant Walker.
Okay, so
we played with them last year.
So nobody that's going to be competition for the championship flight.
You can't ever tell with them too, but it'll be fun. Had a good time with them.
Well, I mean, I was like, it'd be a little bit different if y'all were going practice round today with like Willie and Cotton, who've won it 4 times in like the last 6 years, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, now we're eye to eye with who could be our Sunday pairing.
We'll see them Sunday, hopefully.
You think so?
Maybe. Never know.
You think they're going to be? You think they'll be there too? Is there a wild card team this year that y'all are kind of circling a little bit? I looked through the list and I didn't. There's always the Peter and Jamie. You always know that they're going to play pretty well on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Willie and Cotton have won it a lot. With the wet weather that could happen this weekend, hey, we're hoping not. We're hoping for good weather. Does that play into anybody's strengths, any other team's strengths, or does that take away y'all's length or any advantage there?
Greg Brock just had a birthday. He's moving up to silver tees with Andrew.
Oh,
so he can hit it pretty good.
Is that something that keep an eye on? The Brocks?
You never can tell with them.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call this a underdog team, but Casey Talbert and Timmy, they went out and shot a low one first round last year. So
yeah,
I could see them doing the same thing. They're two good golfers.
Yeah, I was gonna say they kind of get there. Did 1 year, was it last year or the year before, that your brother and your dad found their way into the championship flight, and we're like,
it was like 2 years ago.
What are we doing here? Like, who's the "what are we doing here" championship flight team? I think because I know one, he's a family member of mine. Like Brett and Ryan might mess around and somehow find their way as like the 11th team in the championship flight with the, hey, what are we doing here?
Would they even show up Sunday if they did that?
Oh, they show up. They definitely show up. I mean, hey, they'd have a good time. I bet they'd have a really good Saturday night.
I would guarantee it.
Yeah, but is there what's the strategy? I mean, what's y'all's strategy going in? Do y'all what kind of talk do y'all do?
The first couple of years, we would really try to strategize, like who goes first, who goes second. Somebody try to pump a drive out there. Somebody try to get one in the fairway. But last year, we were like, let's just play our own game. Let's try to make the swings that we would normally make if we were playing our own ball, and that got us over the hump. So I think we got to do that again.
Yeah. Oh, so here Daryl Cook offers some advice to y'all. If y'all want to need it, says y'all need to be arguing earlier. Does arguing make y'all better teams?
So I'm not the most positive person in general on the golf course, and Nick can't stand that. And so when we're struggling, I just become the most negative person in the world. Like, we're done. We need to pack it up. Let's go to the house. And that lights a fire under Nick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that gets his putter hot.
Gets you rolling. Tucker Lynn says the disrespect. I think that was my comment.
Yeah, I didn't say nothing, Tucker.
that was me, Tucker. Just so we're clear on that one. No, be fun. But he did ask a great question. I'm curious how the Spring Fling Champions dinner went last night. What was on the menu? Have we gotten there yet? Do y'all get to pick the dinner menu?
That'd be hilarious. That could be a good addition to this tournament.
Yeah, we start bringing it in. Like, hey, we get to decide what the catering is on Friday night after the practice rounds.
That'd be sweet.
We're gonna bring back the shrimp boil.
Never forget the shrimp boil 2020.
That's a fun time.
That was great.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit more about Spring Fling and all the fun that is going to be had out at the Commitmentville Country Club this weekend. We'll be right back. Again, we're going to thank our sponsor, Reddick Brown Ford, out there on 5917 Manchester Highway. Connor, take us to break.
Happiness hit her like a train on a track.
When you join Durham School Services, you'll embark on a rewarding journey, developing connections with students as part of a community that feels like family. You'll have flexible hours, competitive pay, and a career that has a positive impact on the well-being and future of students. Durham School Services has immediate opportunities for school bus drivers. Want more information? Text JOBS to 63552 or visit careers.nellc.com. It's all about the journey, theirs and yours.
Considering that new Ford vehicle? Now is the time. Don't delay. And at Rogers Valley Ford, save now with the Ford Employee Pricing Sales Event before the tariffs hit. Swing by and take a test drive this week. Ed Rogers has a full lineup of inventory. What's your favorite? Mustangs? A Ford Bronco? At Rogers Valley Ford can put you inside your new Ford F-150, Ford Mavericks, in stock and ready for your garage. Now is the best time to buy with Ford Employee Pricing. Plus, buy now before the tariffs begin. Every vehicle is tariff-free with Ford Motor Company Employee Pricing. You don't want to wait any longer. See the Ford of your choice this week and take a test drive. 111 Auto Lane, Sparta, just off Highway 111. Or see the current in-stock inventory at EdRogersValleyFord.com. Save now on the new car, truck, or SUV you need before the tariffs. From Ed Rogers Valley Ford, 30 years serving the Upper Cumberland with that friendly hometown feel.
Looking for something unique, local, and just a click away? Discover MainStreetShopper.llc, your one-stop online marketplace featuring the best products and services from local businesses right in your community. From local boutiques to auto care, spa services, and everything in between. There's always something new to explore. New items added every week, so check back often and support local with every purchase. Shop smart, shop local. Visit MainStreetShopper.llc today.
10 years. What an honor to serve our community as Best of the Best Nursing Home for 10 years in a row. Did you know at NHC Healthcare that we offer a specialty in lymphedema treatment? an option for a short respite stay, and lots of local people to serve you and your family. Stop by and visit us at 928 Old Smithville Road and follow our Facebook page at NHC Healthcare McMinnville to see what really makes us the best of the best.
Need a pick-me-up? Start your day at the Cafe at Tree City. Open daily from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. They serve rich, bold espresso, pulled to perfection. Pair it with one of their delicious treats for the perfect combo.
Their skilled baristas are passionate about crafting your perfect cup, whether it's a classic latte or a refreshing cold brew. They've got your coffee cravings covered.
Short on time? Order ahead for quick pickup or curbside delivery. Your fresh coffee is just a sip away.
The Cafe at Tree City, your go-to spot for expertly crafted espresso drinks. Wake up, sip up, enjoy.
Talk Radio, WBMC, and translator W249DQ McMinnville, WBMC.
Appreciate that. All right, hey, welcome everybody back to the Simmons Says show here on WBMC 97.7 FM. We're talking Spring Fling, which will be firing up tomorrow morning at about 8 a.m., 10 a.m. Going to be going off and have teams going up through all day. 54 teams. You made a good comparison to 54. A little bit of live golf going on.
Live action.
Have a good time out there. So the format, before we get into that, I want to make sure we thank our sponsor, the Cafe at Tree City, 809 Sparta Street. Open 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. You can wake up, sip up, and enjoy. Guess what, Connor? Frappuccinos.
Is that a word I'm supposed to know?
That's a drink that they now have.
Oh.
At the Cafe at Tree City. So, hey, we're big time there.
They're all good over there.
Go check them out. Go check them out and see what's going on.
You know you can get it on your phone?
Yes.
They're already pre-made.
Yeah. Local by Toast? What? What can you drinks that you can
Your
get?
drinks.
Yeah, you can go do the Local by Toast app and then look up the Cafe at Tree City. And then you can get them and then pull right up. Bam. There they are.
What a wonderful thing.
What a wonderful thing. Hey, apps. They're so awesome. And then, of course, y'all got an app. So this new app, I need to figure this out because I haven't figured out how to use it yet. Are y'all going to be able to track like hole by hole scoring now?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Do you like that, or is this going to open up a sandbag opportunity?
I hope Clayton's not listening, but no, I don't like it.
You don't like it in the sense that like for this. Oh, Andrew Brock says all I heard was Nick getting nervous with Dad getting a few up tees.
I shouted them out, didn't I?
And also, Derek Cook said the committee can take that under advisement, I assume, about the championships dinner or for the Friday night. But that was the first thing I thought of is if y'all can be able to see the scores, obviously you're either the champion of the Spring Fling or you're not, which means you have to get to that championship flight. But let's be honest. There's 54 teams in this. I, who never play, can go and probably circle about 25 of them, and I'm like, y'all are not going to win this. So do you think there might be some jockeying for what flight that happens by about the 15th, 16th hole? I'm not saying that happens. But I'm saying it might not. Or I'm not saying it doesn't happen either.
I'm not saying any names.
Yeah.
But yeah, it happens.
Now, granted, y'all don't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
there is a feature on that app, which I wouldn't be surprised if Clayton uses it, where it locks the scores after 9 holes.
Oh.
So it will show the live score in the first 9.
Yeah.
But after second 9 holes, you can't see it. It locks it. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he uses it.
Yeah. Okay. Daryl Cook says Saturday scores will not be available until after the round. So there we go. Very easy. Taking care of. Hey, love this Facebook aspect.
Shout out to chat.
Just a boom, right immediately. Get my answer before I can add. Andy Crawford also says it doesn't matter if Greg moves up to the silver tees because Andrew can't hit a 3/4 wedge anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Fair. All right, guys. Well, we were talking a little bit about, like you said, you're the defending champs. Has that even sunk in, or does it like sink in today when y'all show up and everybody's going to look at y'all and be, oh, there they are? Like you've been out there so long now, and I mean, Braxton, you've been playing out there for so long. Everybody knows y'all, but now it's kind of like, hey, They're going to be. I mean, do you think people are like taking notes? Here's where we can get them, or anything like that?
Probably not.
It's not that serious.
I wouldn't think so.
Nobody's. But the trash talk, I'm assuming, has. I mean, it's already starting in the comments section. So much less. Like, when is it? When do you think the trash talk will really start firing up? About the time everybody gets there today?
Tonight. Yeah, tonight.
Tonight. Yeah. And then they have the big dinner. Yeah. Everybody's on. And of course they'll be back and they'll be using any sound clip at all from today. So, you see where Stern said this today? Yeah. Well, who do you enjoy trash talking to the most? You don't seem like a guy that likes to trash talk a lot, but there's got to be a couple in the field that you're going to let them hear it.
Yeah. I mean, I always enjoy a good match with Willie and Cotton.
Okay.
And so they've given us the biggest head-to-head the last couple of years, so that'd be somebody I'd enjoy trash talk.
Just trash talk too. Let them know about it. Nick,
They could trash talk us either way, so that's just how it goes.
Who's your brother? Is your brother playing?
Yeah, he's playing with Tyler Prater.
They pretty
guys
good?
I work with, yeah, buddy. I don't know how they're going to do. You know, Tyler hadn't been playing golf very long, but he's doing good. I mean, he's hitting it good. Will's playing good, so they could definitely do something in a flat.
I mean, are we not giving enough respect to Locke and Sims right now? I mean, the OGs of the spring fling. I mean, they're
like 30 times.
I mean, how long will y'all have to stay as a team together and win to even catch the number of spring flings they've won? Because what is this, the 52nd or 53rd spring fling? I'll have that in my story because I know I wrote the story when they did 50, and I think it's been in the last 2 or 3 years. Gotcha. So what do you think? So what, y'all gonna have to play 20 more years together?
Yeah, probably 25 years.
And it's not just
swing then.
Yeah, I was gonna say not just that you have to play for 20 years, you have to win consistently over those 20 years. Yeah. Nick, Jim Bob LaFever's in the comments says Nick should give us a preview of his flow.
Oh no!
No freestyle or some freestyle Friday.
I was freestyling last year on the porch. I can't do that on here.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't. Not that I wouldn't think it would be extremely entertaining. And Connor's head just perked up. It's just that we don't have any FCC violations or anything like that.
Get the fine.
Yeah. So guys, biggest thing about the spring fling and the McMinnville Country Club, like why is this such a big event?
I think it's the tradition of it. I mean, my parents grew up out there, and I heard stories from when my dad played in it years ago, and he's lived out there. His parents lived out there forever. I think it's just the tradition of it.
Yeah, it's something that everybody looks forward to every year. You see people that you hadn't seen since this time last year. It's just a lot of fun. I hope the weather cooperates with us.
Yeah, I'm hoping that too, because I've really grown to enjoy going and covering this every single year. It's like and people ask me, they're like, why do you cover it like it's the Masters or something like that? They're like, you're giving it like round by round updates, doing previews. I'm like, it's just fun. I was like, if you're ever out there and talk to the guys and gals in them that Michelle's playing this year, I'm like, they're having fun, so why not have fun with it? And I think everybody, and like you said, it's great. I mean, there's not a lot of things in McMinnville, especially sporting events, that have been going on for 53 years consistently. I mean, you found a way to do it every single year, and I think everybody enjoys it on that. So, I mean, I'm very proud of it. Don't let Tucker Lynn, a tradition unlike any other.
Shout out Jim Nance.
That probably Connor, make sure we're probably gonna have to pay some kind of royalty fee on that one. Just saying.
It'll come out of your budget.
Oh, okay, yeah. Brackton, it's coming up on about 9:55, so I don't want to hold you up. I know you got. Hey, good luck.
I appreciate it.
What are we doing?
So we got basketball tryouts,
and
I'm coaching the boys at West next year, along with still be coaching the girls at Dibble. But
wow, so
we're double dosing.
Yeah, okay. So you're
big basketball.
3rd and 5th boys West, 6 and 8 girls Dibble.
Yes, sir.
Man, that's tough. That'd be fun,
it's
man.
Fun, though. It's fun.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun with that. Hey, man, don't let me slow you down to getting the tryouts. But we can get Nick here, and again, I just want to build into the trash talk. Brackton, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we don't want to slow you down,
partner.
Yeah,
you dude.
Stern, I think it's time to ramp up. We talked about it a little bit, and we can go into OT if we need to on this. You made a top 5 list. Did you leave? Have you been told anybody that's been left out that you need to go back and reiterate?
Like every time I step up on the first tee or around out there, like there he is, top 5. there's a top 5. So me and John Wilson, we play golf together on the weekends. We'll be playing good and make a birdie putt or something. We'll go T5. It's funny.
So now it's just become a random. I feel like it's somehow I'm going to get roped into this if I show up this weekend, that they're going to be like, look, there's Simmons.
Absolutely.
The top 5 guy. I'm like, I didn't do any of this. I just asked the question.
That was great.
I guess I'm going to be anointing new teams on that. So, yeah, I'm glad we got the scoring system. I think that's going to help. It's going to help me, hopefully, if I can ever figure out how to use this app and do that. I mean, I'm getting Connor. I'm getting so old that I'm complaining about apps.
I think you're purposely just trying to age yourself out. Just that way people stop trying to set you up on dates. Man, I'm tired of putting on an actual shirt.
That's what it is. That's 100% what it is. On this, with the spring fling, with all the people that are going to be in on it this week, how important is it? Is it more important to win overall, or is it just to be the Sunday best? Because I know there's value in both.
Yeah, I mean, with that, you shoot a good score on Sunday, everybody's going to be happy.
Yep.
But I could care less about the flights. There's that one flight I got my eye on.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then again too, with this. My story's going to come out and give a little bit of I kind of got it broken down in tiers about who's the favorites, who are the contenders, but the Brock family. Do you want to stir it up a little bit? I mean, because it's not your family, so it don't matter. You can stir it up.
There's too many of them versus one of me. Will. No.
Yeah, well, it's not like you got to go over there and play them or anything like that. What Brock family team finishes the highest in the spring fling this weekend?
Greg and Andrew.
Think Greg and Andrew?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know I saw Andrew in the comment section earlier, so he might go.
Liam might get mad at me for that, but
yeah. Nick's, hey, Daryl Cook said, make sure to I'll give you my email address, and he would get me on the app on that.
Yeah.
I downloaded the app. I just need to figure out the way to make sure that I can have access to the spring fling scoring and everything like that. Hey, don't hide the scores from. Actually, do hide the scores from me because I don't want anybody knowing that I have them and them asking me if I'm out on the cart. Hey, Simmons, I know you can see it. Tell me who is it. I hate doing that.
Yeah.
The only time I have scores is when I go on the last day on Sunday and I set up behind 17 and I just ask people when they're going on the 18. Hey, where you at? Hey, where you at? Hey, where you at? And that's the only time I ever have scores, and that's what I want to keep it that way. Because I really don't want people coming up and asking me about, hey, we're Stern and Womack, we're Willie and Cotton, we're Peter and Jamie. We're Zach Malloy and his teammate that he might have buried behind like hole 12 or something. Not hole 12. That would be tough to. That's too open field.
Yeah. In the woods on 15. We couldn't do that to my boy Austin Green though.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe the turn between 10 and 11, you could just take him over in the corner and be like, I don't know where he went. No, hey, is there any worry? Hey, you won it with Malloy. You know that he's going to be a competitor out there.
Yeah, it just depends if he obliterates his cooler on number 2 or.
On number 2?
Oh yeah, he starts early.
Okay.
Not. I'm talking hitting.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, no, everybody's focused in. We're all. Hey, we're Mountain Cove water and focused in on anything like that. We're nothing. Gatorades.
Yeah.
We're fueling the right way during the spring fling.
Yeah, he likes the hitting his wedge against his golf cart when things don't go his way. So.
Hey, well, shout out to the Malloy family because I heard that his daughter ended up playing really, really well this spring and ended up being one of you've been in those CTC battles.
Yeah.
And I think she was a top 10 in the region this year. So
she's going to be a player.
Yeah. Hutton said, "Hey Jeff, let's call this live." Hey man, don't tempt me with a good time, Hutton. We could set up under the beer tree. I mean the tree up at the country club.
Absolutely.
Not the beer tree. Behind 7.
That'd be great.
We have a good time. I know. I know some of I think Hutton's buddies from high school and college are going to be in. I know, and then I know I have a bunch of friends that'll be over there. Of course, my brother's playing, so. Yeah, hey, I'm gonna be there, Hutton. You let me know.
Is that
That's the Jonathan.
Jonathan Hutton.
That is the Jonathan Hutton.
He's a radio legend.
See, I told you, Connor.
Bring him on.
I told you.
I'm already
Hutton was a
laughing at his
legend.
next comment.
Oh, I'll bring the cigs. Yeah, hey, he knows the tree.
There we go.
he knows the tree really well.
That's this tree right here.
Yeah, the tree right there. Hey, we really appreciate you coming on, Stern. I think we got a corporate wide office meeting.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't know if you're trying to go to or not, but I was like, I have to be at that meeting.
Yeah, we both have to be at that meeting. So, Stern, good luck on the practice round today. Get it set up, and I'll see you out there tomorrow. We'll see how this gets things rolling. Hey, I'm going to put it out here right now. Jeff Simmons is saying Stern and Walmart back-to-back champs. We'll see how that goes with everybody else. But this is the Simmons Says program. Go get your Frappuccinos over there at the cafe at Tree City.
Appreciate it, man.
Gets turned out. I was so on fire for you, it hurts out. 1,000 cigarette can burn out. Just watching rivers run down the side of my body.